Fuck. I just want y'all to look at that.
Should I just keep sawing away?
Keep sawing away, Chef Ralph Pellerino.
What do you think? You ready? You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh boy. Okay,
Beautiful.
Here we go. Here we go.
Is your mouth watering yet? Because it should be.
Oh, boy.
It should be, right, Mary Beth? We're talking about Kansas City Steak Company. This is a brand that has been around since the 1930s, and here at QVC, enduring and lasting and thriving since 1995. The best of the best when it comes to our meats. This is top sirloin in a size that I think is perfection. A 5-ounce size. You're getting either 8 of them or 16 of them. Look at the thickness of it. That's the first thing that really struck me. The thickness of these, the meatiness, the juiciness that you saw as Chef Ralph sawed on through. Now, 8 or 16, when you pick up the 8, it's an easy pay of $14.99 or $15. When you pick up the 16 count though, now you're looking at a stock up and save of nearly $25. It works out to be about $5 and change a piece, but there's only 350 left, and there is no auto delivery. So get the 16. It makes all the sense. It's $23.75 on an easy pay. M81463, Chef Ralph Pellerino.
Hello, hello.
Bringing us the Kansas City Steak Company.
Candy.
I did bring you the good stuff.
Believe it or not, people never refer to meat as candy. All right, they'll say meat candy.
Meat candy.
But this particular cut, this top sirloin, eats like a filet mignon. It's got the tender. Where are we at? Right here. How are you doing? It eats like a filet mignon because of the tenderness, but it also has that robust tenderness and bite like a New York strip steak.
Okay.
2 elevated, high-end, expensive steaks. But that's why I love this one, because it's approachable. It's like that everyday steak that you can afford.
Right. Well, I mean, coming in at like under $6 each, $5 and change. Yeah. And look at it, beautifully trimmed. You don't see fat, you don't see gristle. You just see a thick, gorgeous piece of juicy steak, which I would love nothing more than to try some of.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Now I know you like medium rare, so I'm going to give you the first slice.
He knows me so well.
Let's let everyone just see one more cut here.
Okay.
Before I give it to you. Okay. And there's your cut. Okay, look at that.
Look at that.
It actually looks like a filet mignon. Like, I've tried to pass this off as a filet mignon to my wife, and she had no idea, which is okay. You could do that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Jump right in.
Thank you.
Do a little.
Oh.
And by the way, let's talk about, because I mentioned medium rare for you. Right?
Oh.
Let it soak in for a bit.
I have to tell you, that flavor.
Right?
Did you say robust already? Am I stealing your word?
Robust, got a good bite.
But it is. It does have this really beautiful bite to it.
Right.
It's lean. It's trimmed. It is stunning.
Super lean. And by the way, let's talk about temperatures. Okay.
I'll be right here.
So I know a lot of
people.
people. Let's start with people who like it medium well.
What?
I get it. But what you don't want to do is cook it to medium well. You want to cook it to medium and then let it sit for about 6 to 10 minutes. It's going to come up in temperature to that perfect. And I say perfect medium well because a not perfect medium well is finished. Well done. Goodbye. It's going to be chewy. It's not going to have flavor. So cook it to medium.
So good.
And then let it sit, and it will come up to a perfect, remember this, a perfect medium well. It's different than a well done, see you later, no taste.
Yeah, no taste.
No taste.
Shoe leather. Okay, we're getting very limited. If you want the 8 count, there's only 400 in the 8 count, and in the 16 count, 300 left.
Wow.
No auto delivery.
Okay.
When you're getting this beautiful steak at that 5-ounce perfect portion, if you're looking at portion control, done. If you want to do a little surf and turf with the shrimp that we saw earlier, perfect. But now you can play with it. Now when you're putting steak on your salads, in your tacos, there's so much you can do. There's so much versatility. It is a price that goes away at the end of the day, as do those easy pays that you were seeing on your screen. $15 brings home the 8 count on an easy pay using any major credit card. And $23.75 brings home the 16 count. $5 and change per steak on that 16 count with that stock up and save of $24.09. I'm just eating.
Yeah,
you're doing your thing. I love it when I get to work with you, Chef Rob, because I just sit here and I eat and he does all the stuff.
Yeah, you eat, I talk. It's good.
How
So
do it come?
this is how they come. Very important to know, right? So you get 2 to a pack. Now I want you to zoom in on this because there's a story here. 2 to a pack. But this is a top sirloin, so it sits above a normal sirloin, which usually is very inexpensive, has no taste. The top sirloin, as you see here, has lots of white lines, marbling, which gives you that taste that you're actually talking about, because it's as tender as a filet mignon and eats like a New York strip steak, without the fat and without the
price.
price.
The high price.
The high price,
You know,
yeah.
you go into a grocery store these days and you look at one steak
Right.
and it's $15, $20, you know, and you're thinking, wow, how am I supposed to feed a family of 4, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like now, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You end up with this great meat. And thank you. He even added a little bit of the seasoning, which was so great. And by the way,
Yes.
you always give us more than enough seasoning that we can use on other foods that we get, you know, too, which are really
And you know
nice,
why
but-
as you eat, why the seasoning is so important? Because a lot of
it comes
times people just don't know how to season, meaning too much salt or
Right,
too much
right.
pepper, right?
That's true.
This is perfectly tumbled. So we tumble it so you get just every shake, every pinch, you get just enough salt and just enough pepper. And when you're seasoning your steak, another tip.
Okay.
I got lots of tips today.
I know. I like it.
Over season your meat because when you're cooking it, 50% of the seasoning is actually going to drop off.
Just fall off.
It's going to fall off. Well, because you're going to touch
Sure.
it, you're going to move it, you're going to
Right.
So just liberally salt and pepper
Yeah.
your steaks.
Well, in the 8 count, you get 1 packet
Great
of the famous
flavor.
Kansas City steak seasoning. In the 16 count, how many left at 16 count?
Wow.
200 left now in the 16 count, and you will get 2 packets of the seasoning.
This is grill season.
And in the 8 count, 300 remain.
Okay.
This is grilling season.
Yeah. And you know what? To me, I look at it this way. You're not going to end up, you know, eating steak every night, okay? You shouldn't. But when you decide, man, we just want some good steaks
Right.
this weekend
Yeah.
or whatever it might be, if you've got these in the freezer
Right.
and you take them out, thaw them out, I always like to get them as close to room temperature as I can
That's
without
the key.
leaving them
Yeah.
out too long
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
they
you're
will
right.
cook the best,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're right, because you don't want to fight the heat,
No,
right?
exactly.
And these days,
That's
with
so
the
good.
temperature being so hot, these will defrost literally under an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a special steak, and that's how it tastes. It feels like you're fine dining in your own home,
Yeah.
but you have that versatility that you can play around with. I mean, trust me when I say lock into that 16 count because there's no
yeah.
auto delivery on
Yeah.
this, and it's going quickly.
Yep.
About 150 are left now. What's that?
This is your grill guide. So not only are we going to give you the steaks,
Yeah.
not only are we going to give you the seasoning, but we're going to tell you and show you how to cook them. So you're not alone. Like you're never alone. So
Aw.
is that
Kansas
that's it?
City always right there with you.
That's
in our
my- that's
hearts,
our new messaging.
In our
You're
hearts and
never
in our
alone.
homes and in our booklets. This is M81463. Again, one more time. I love the thickness of this.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
get over
yeah,
the
yeah.
thickness.
You
That
just
makes
have
me really happy. You can do 8 of them, 2 to a package, and that comes home on an easy pay of $15 until the end of the day. You can double it without doubling the price. In fact, you save $24.98. That's what we call a stock up and save when you get 16 of them. And now 150 of those remain. Again, that price goes away at the end of the day. That easy pay goes away at the end of
Yeah.
the day. Chef Rafi, do you go away at the end of the day?
I go away at the end of the day, yes. I go bye-bye.
You go bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for the candy.
Oh yeah, take your candy. Take your simple. It's not candy. It's real